welcome to Around the Peninsula. I'm Katusa Private Wuyan Jo. Becoming an NCO is a huge part of a soldier's career. Air Force Sergeant Michael Watkins reports on the 2nd Combat Aviation NCO Induction Ceremony as soldiers get ready to step into the ranks of the NCO Corps.
Please rise for the entrance of the official party.
The 2nd Combat Aviation Brigade welcomed over 30 soldiers into the non-commissioned officer corps today. Anyone outside of the military might think it's just another rank, but these soldiers know it means a lot more than a pay raise.
As I was coming up through the ranks, I always wanted to help my fellow soldiers more. Now that I'm a non-commissioned officer, I have both that responsibility, but also the tools to do that.
The raw emotions, the raw power of seeing a young sergeant or a young corporal come through those arches.
Sergeant Lamp, welcome to the Non-Commissioned Officer Corps.
It's almost indescribable.
I felt a few things at that time. One was, again, pride. You know, I was proud of my accomplishments thus far to get me here. Also, the weight of responsibility, because I know there are a lot of expectations and that I'm required to uphold and meet that standard every moment.
These soldiers went through a transformation from the role of follower to leader with one step. Air Force Staff Sergeant Michael Watkins, Camp Humphreys, Korea.
Sergeant Sestaro was named the 2nd Combat Aviation Brigade NCO of the Year. The Army has fielded new gear for chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, or seaborne threats. Army Sergeant Matt Waymeyer shows us how soldiers are learning how to properly use the new equipment.
Put your hand inside the mitt.
25th Transportation Battalion soldiers trained at Camp Carroll to familiarize themselves on some new equipment. One of the new pieces of gear, a spectral analyzer, helps identify a substance's molecular makeup.
One big difference now with our current capability, for instance in Iraq, if someone found a munition that appeared strange or somewhat questionable, or oh my God, is this a threat? I honestly might be able to answer that question 20% of the time. Now we have the capability for me to answer that question 100% of the time.
The Joint Chemical Agent Detector, or JCAD, detects nerve, blood, and blister agents, but is smaller and more effective than previous kits.
A lot of personnel have these in their units but are not familiar with them. So what I'm trying to do is give them a good feeling when they go in to use it in the actual environment.
The training helped soldiers at all levels.
It's amazing how years ago in my career, you know, we would do this type of training, and because the Army is moving in a different direction, seems that some of the chemical has been taken out of the training. So to actually see today that we're set up, and to me, this is old Army, to see that it's coming back, I think it's amazing.
The training had 7 stations. One had entry-level training, and the other 6 had intermediate-level training. Army Sergeant Matt Waymeyer, Camp Carroll, Korea.
UN weapon inspectors design many of the new devices. Familiar activities and healthy pastimes are important for service members when stationed overseas. Army Sergeant Jose Ramirez tells us how one Air Force sergeant takes his love of a sport and turns into a bonding experience for everyone around him.
When Air Force Staff Sergeant Jean-Pierre Salazar learned he was moving to Kunsan Air Base, South Korea, he thought he would have to suspend one of his life's passions.
I grew up in Canada. I picked it up pretty quickly because most of my friends played ice hockey and kind of fell in love with it.
Little did he know that just half an hour away from base, a Korean hockey team holds practice every week. And when Sergeant Salazar got an invite to join, he was more than ecstatic.
It's awesome that they love doing it here. I never thought they would actually have a rink here. So I was kind of surprised.
Not having his own equipment and new teammates posed some challenges for Sergeant Salazar, but one obstacle provided learning opportunities for everyone.
Even though we have the language barrier, we get to pick up some Korean, they get to pick up some English, but everybody knows how to play ice hockey.
Sergeant Salazar says the time on the ice not only keeps his skills sharp, but also helps strengthen relations with the Korean community. Army Sergeant Jose Ramirez, Kunsan Air Base, Korea.
Sergeant Salazar says that participating in community activities is a great way to meet new people. Excelling in high school athletics helps open up more possibilities for a higher education. Army Sergeant Keith Burkhardt reports on one college athlete bringing a few lessons back to Yongsan.
Last year, AFN met with Destiny Harrison. one athlete from Seoul American High School, whose hard work and dedication took her to the next level of competitive volleyball.
Well, this time last year I was just graduating. In April I had just signed my national letter of intent to play at Howard, and I was just really looking forward to it, really anxious, you know, get out there and try to play a D1, but I was at a Seoul American High School. You're going to step like you're swinging.
After finishing her freshman year playing volleyball for Howard, Destiny returned to Youngsun with a mission.
Give back to the people who helped me out while I was here. So I just wanted to do a camp for the middle school and the high school students, and they just come out here, try to get touches on the ball, because I know that's the only way you can get better. Get as many touches as you can, as many reps.
Giving a few tips while getting a little extra practice, Destiny believes a little can go a long way.
They're coming here, they want to learn. If we can get one skill down, that's one step to where you're going. So I figure if I can come in here and I can at least help somebody or teach somebody one skill, then that could help them to get to where they want to be. Call your ball, okay? Say mine.
Helping the Youngsun community one step at a time. Army Sergeant Keith Burkhart, Youngsun, Korea.
Really good.
Youngsun's Child, Youth and School Services offers a variety of camps and athletic activities for students. Can you guess why cavemen drew animals on cave walls? Army Sergeant Edwin Pierce visits an art history class where they answer this question and more for children.
There's an art history class for children at Youngsun Army Base. Students take lessons on art, but this class helps students learn more than just art.
This is the class that helps you understand where you're from, where you are now, and where you're going to by experiencing artworks, and it's the journey through history.
The uniqueness of this class is students can experience artwork of each age.
I decided to take the history of art class because I thought it would be a nice one-in-a-lifetime experience for me, so I could see and feel art from throughout the ages.
Students also can gain self-confidence in their artwork.
I felt great about this class and I felt proud of myself.
The class just passed through the Renaissance age, which is the halfway point of the class. Students will finish the other half to achieve their goal.
My personal goal would be to learn more about the history of art so I could use it not only in this class but also outside of it too.
Students will take their masterpieces home after the class, except for the cave they made together. Army Sergeant Edwin Pierce, Youngsun, Korea.
Through 10 chapters of the art history class, children can experience art from the prehistoric age to the present. Shows like Dancing with the Stars and So Do You Think You Can Dance make dancing look easy. Army Sergeant Chris Garver tells us about a dad enjoying his first dance with his daughters.
Approximately 80 dads and daughters dressed up for a night of dancing during the Child, Youth and School Services Father-Daughter Dance at Camp Casey.
We made it really special. The girls dressed up, dads dressed up, and you know, a great time to dance together and enjoy each other.
For Sergeant Andrew Blackwood, this is the first official dance on this special night with his daughters.
Because everything else we do, I do with the family, my sons and my wife. This is the first thing I got to do with just my daughters. A little bonding time.
Spending quality time with his two daughters and seeing them all dressed up meant a lot to the 30-year-old father of four.
They're growing up fast. I'm proud. I'm real glad that Camp Casey put them on.
Sergeant Blackwood's two daughters say they're never too old to dance with Dad.
Kind of awesome. The dad and the daughters are here and you get to dance and have fun. I'm happy.
Why does it make you happy?
Because he's a nice dad.
The dads and daughters danced the night away and made memories they may not soon forget. Army Sergeant Chris Garver, Camp Casey, Korea.
This was the first ever father-daughter dance for Area 1 families. That was your Around the Peninsula for Thursday, June 28th. From all of us at AFN, enjoy your evening.
I'm Private Jones from the 19 Personnel Company. The 19 Personnel Company plays an important role for in-processing soldiers in Korea. Soldiers will stay at the Dragon Hill Lodge, the Youngsun Readiness Center, or at off-post accommodations. The entire process takes a few days during which soldiers learn about 8th Army, Korean language and culture, and some suggestions to make the most of their time in Korea. Welcome to 8th Army. We are excited you're joining the team.